show for you. And I don't know, is our question and answer theologian and philosopher online, Dr. J? Is he with us? Dr. J with us? I'm calling for Dr. J. Dr. J should be on the line. Dr. J should be on the line. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone. We're waiting for Dr. J. We have technical difficulties. Dr. J, are you on the line? You do not hear me, I guess, and I do not hear you, so that means you're probably not on the line. Are we having technical difficulties? Behind the glass wall over there? We're having some technical difficulties. Well, we'll see if Dr. J has any questions that came in on the texting or emails or internets or whatever on theological and philosophical issues. We have with us a guest, Robin Hoffman Hack. And Robin is a very, very interesting lady. Her resume is so long that I'm afraid if I read it, it'll take up the whole show time. So I'm going to ask you, Robin, to tell us a little bit about your life, your experience in network marketing, the innovative idea you had for a product. And I'm introducing you right now, so hopefully you're hearing me. This is Robin. Robin is not
Hello.
on the line. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, is Robin there?
Hi, this is Robin.
Okay, Robin, you're on the line.
Yes, Robin. This is Jay. Dr. Jolly asked me to be the first on the show.
Dr. J is our philosopher and
Hi.
theologian. We had a kind of a screw up. I don't know what happened.
Hello.
Technically, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Hello.
I
Hello.
guess, Dr. J can't hear me.
Yes,
Robin?
this is Jay. I was.
Jay,
Yes, Dr.
stop
Jolly
for a minute.
wanted me to be the first on the show.
Jay, stop for just a minute. I need to see if Robin's on the line. We have a cross up here. Do we have a cross up?
Okay.
Okay, Robin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I can barely hear Robin, so if you could help me with volume, that would be nice. Maybe it's on my side. Okay, Dr. J, can you call us back about 10 minutes to 4?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Get all your questions together and we'll go for it.
Thank you.
All right, peace. Take care. Robin, did you hear anything I said about you?
No, I didn't hear a word.
Well, I was saying that your life is very fascinating. You've had a lot of experiences. You've been involved in network marketing and a lot of creativity. You joined a family business. You launched an innovative company and products of your own. And it's overwhelming me. So I thought I better invite you to tell us your story. If you could take a couple minutes to do that, then I want to get into your product and get into some questions and answers. And also I wanted to congratulate you on the creative name that you have and how you actually have used the number 8 as part of the name. And I want you to explain a little bit about that to us. So without further ado, Robin Hoffman Hack, you are on. What's it all about?
Oh my gosh, thank you. Well, a little bit about just my background and where I come from. As you said, I have been in a lot of different things in my life. I was raised on the beach. I started showing horses when I was a child. I was vegetarian since I was 16. I've been vegan for years, so I've always been very health conscious. I traveled around the country showing and training horses and owned a couple different businesses aside from that. And then I got into our family business actually, long before that, I was selling our family's fabric to different clothing manufacturers. But then when I moved back to California in 1995, I joined our family company, which is a 91-year-old textile company. We design and print textiles for clothing manufacturers, fabric stores all around the country and around the world. And so I've come from a family of entrepreneurs, and my passion, though, has always been health. And like you said, I have been involved in a network marketing company and built a successful business. And I fell in love with that because I could see how you could help so many people financially, and then educating people about products, etc. So about 3 years ago, my daughter had gone off to college, and I was still running our family business, where I've been there, like I said, since 1995 as CFO. But I got looking at life and what I really wanted, and like I said, I've always been into health products, and so I decided I'd look at what it would take for me to start my own company and create a product for kids. And that was my initial thoughts because I can just see what's happening in our world today with kids so sick and on diseases and kids on medications at such young ages.
Well, you know what? I'm on a kick with CCHR, Citizens Commission on Human Rights, because of this whole situation with children. There are, and I don't want to belabor this, but just one quick comment. There are now many children, I'm talking about from infants on up to whatever, being diagnosed with mental illnesses and being put on psych drugs. And I have a big campaign against that, and I'm working with CHAR, and I want to have a show specifically, another one on this in a couple of weeks. So your concerns, very valid.
I could see what was happening, with kids so sick, diabetes, obesity, ADD, ADHD, kids getting on medications for all these things at such young ages, and I was just like, we need to get the parents educated and get these kids off of drugs and onto a healthy diet. And so my initial thoughts was I was going to make an all-in-one nutrition drink for children and develop my own network marketing company. And so as I got working on that and working with some consultants and so forth and developing products, one thing led to another. And then I was, in the process of the formulation, I was introduced to a fellow from Australia, and he's our VP of Product Development. And he brought the science to us for our product, which is Calibrate, for kids and adults. And
it's very interesting, Robin, listen to me for just a second. Your logo or sign logo or whatever you call it, the name of your product.
Yeah, the company.
It is very clever. I want you to explain it to the people. Why there appears to be a number.
So when I was first looking at developing my company, my first thing is I want to name my company, or I love the word clarity, because I've always been the type, I need to be clear thinking and have a definite purpose and have no gray area, and I'm just comfortable when I know where I'm going, and I feel that's in not just your mind but also in your health. And so my favorite word is, besides gratitude and abundance, is clarity. And so when I got looking at naming the company, I thought I really would love the name Clarity, but obviously that's just a common word for a domain name and so forth. So I got thinking of other ideas, and then the number 8 came to mind because of the infinity symbol, because I want my company to last forever, like our family business is a 91-year-old company. And so the 8 also in numerology means abundance. So I just thought, wow, clarity and spelt with the 8, kind of a twist. So that's how I came up with the name.
Well, I love it. It stands out. It jumps out at you. And I want to give you a chance to talk about what does this do? How does it help? What does it do? What are some of the primary problems that children have that warps their capability of causing their potential to really be utilized properly?
Right. Well, one thing not just children have these days, but everyone here, especially in the U.S., is toxicity from, our environment, from our food sources, from our water, and so forth. So our product, like I said, is based on a science called nutrigenomics, where that really is a product that works with your genes. And we call it flipping on your genes, flipping the switch. But one thing I got to say is our product is a powder. It is, you put it in water and drink it once a day, and it's a month's supply of product. And what was adamant when I was formulating this was it had to taste great, and it could not be green in color. And so, because I know kids do not like green. And so we made the product red from beet juice, and it tastes fantastic. People think it tastes like fruit punch or Kool-Aid. It reminds them when they were growing up of Kool-Aid. So it's a powder that you just drink once a day, and it tastes great.
Well, it's very interesting how you described it, and I would be very interested now in what it does. What are some of the physiological factors that it links in on and corrects or helps?
Definitely, and one thing I was going to say, it is all vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free. All of that had to be requirements. But like I said, so it's all plant-based, and the way it's put together, and the scientist from Australia, that's our VP of Product Development, he was the one that brought the science of nutrigenomics, which breaks down to nutrition at the gene level, if you think of that. And so the way the ingredients work together, most of you all know, you've heard of antioxidants from fruit and vegetables, which are fantastic. We want to be eating the fruits and vegetables to get the antioxidants in your body because obviously they help fight off free radical damage and so forth. But your body produces the most powerful antioxidants inside your cell. Your body produces what we call primary antioxidants, and they're millions of times more powerful than anything you can get from a diet. But what happens through toxicity, even kids are born with toxins in their body from their mother and so forth, from toxins and, stress and the free radical damage and oxidative stress on a daily basis, living our life, no matter how clean you're trying to live, we're bombarded with toxins and this damage and oxidative stress to our cells. So our genes start getting mutated and start shutting down and not producing those primary antioxidants like they should.
See, I understand that from a medical basis. This is very, very important for our listeners to understand. One of the problems, too, that's going to crop up is inflammation, which is, in my lingo, fairly deadly. By the way, we do have a caller, so let's take this call so this caller doesn't have to wait so long. Is it Jonathan? Jonathan on the line?
Yes. How are you, Dr. Charlie?
I'm great, and I want you to talk, and are you going to ask us questions or teach us or what?
Well, I wanted to go through and share with you. I used to be the second largest exporter of noni juice from Tahiti, so I'm familiar with the secondary antioxidants. I got introduced to Clarity and the Calibrate product probably almost close to 3 months ago, and it clicked because I knew our body could heal itself if it had the right things associated with it. When I first took this product, after 7 minutes of taking it, I felt really, really good. I was feeling very bad that day, and that was very impressive for me, someone who's been making products, for over 20 years. So I want to commend Clarity and Robin for what she's done, and I wanted to share that. I've been in this industry a long time, and they really have no competition with this particular product, and it tastes great. So I encourage everyone to definitely check it out. They're a company that will be around for a long time, and the science of nutrition, talking to genes and nutrigenomics is phenomenal. Dr. Jolly.
Well, you can't say that in front of me without me feeling absolutely compelled to ask Robin at this point, how can we learn more about it, and how can we get some of it to try? I can't hear you, Robin.
Excuse me?
I couldn't hear you, what you said.
Oh, yes. We have, it's an online business, and there is a website. You can go to clarity.com, CLAR, the number 8, TY.com.
Now that you put the number 8 in that too, Clarity,
yes,
with an 8. Okay,
yes.
Spell it again. Spell it again.
8,
CLAR 8, okay.
TY.com.
Okay, and I want you, whenever we say...
I also would definitely recommend, emailing CS, C like Charlie, S like Sam, at clarity.com for a report on the product and a fact sheet.
Okay. Now, I need to say something to you that is very, very important. I want you always to repeat everything you say. One of the about how to get it, about the addresses and the contact, for the simple reason that, and I'm sure you've been through this before, you're riding in a car, or you're sitting at a desk, or you're sitting in a chair, and they rattle off a number, and you don't have anything to write with. So I want everybody to get a pen. This is a very interesting product. I searched and searched and searched for something like this, and I couldn't find it. So what I want to be sure of is that if anybody's turned on and wants more information, they have a pen ready and some paper ready, so that when this information is given, you'll be able to record it and write it down. And so, Robin, I want you to say it a couple times whenever you say it, and give your contact number a couple of times slowly and clearly, so everybody will get it, because we don't want to share things with people and have it be lost.
Perfect. And I wanted to comment on your comment about inflammation being deadly. And that's one thing we talk about in our company is inflammation is at the core of every degenerative disease. And so by flipping on your genes, which our product does, it flips on the switch in your genes to produce those primary antioxidants. And if those primary antioxidants are working like they should, they keep your body at optimum health. They detox from the cellular level, and also your genes help rid the body of inflammation. If you can rid the body of inflammation, keep your body alkaline like it should be, and your pH correct, then you're going to be feeling fantastic. And so we basically like to say this is helping your body anti-aging from the inside out. So it really helps the body eliminate the inflammation and the toxicity in the body. So it's got a few different pathways it's working on.
Well, from a medical,
on your genes.
Yeah, from a medical standpoint, I think it's very important the purity of the product, because I am personally familiar. We have a lot of patients at our medical center who are being toxified by some of the things that they're taking that they think are making them healthy. And I don't see any such conundrum with your product at all. The importance of having everything organic, truly organic, and have it situated in such a way that it is detoxing you and reducing inflammation. These are all very important things. A lot of these things we've had tested, and you know what happens? Chemicals, toxicity, instead of the other, what you're trying to promote.
Right,
So
definitely. And one of our things when producing this product was definitely the potency of our ingredients. We wanted the highest quality. And, you know, one of our key ingredients is a broccoli sprout powder, but it's not like something you can go buy at Mother's or Whole Foods. It's very high quality. It's wrapped in an enzyme that your body actually needs when you're eating broccoli, which is an enzyme rosinase, to help your body produce those primary antioxidants. So it's nothing, you know, just that one ingredient is very, very potent, and it's not something you can just buy at your health food store.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very, very true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I like that call. I think that's very important that people share. If they have a propensity to share, it means they really care about what they're doing. So that's good. Now, I want to know from the standpoint of your own motivation, talk to me a little bit about your experiences you've had with any children that may have used your product and that you may have followed up on.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the best parts about is hearing the testimonials from the mothers, from teachers telling mothers, oh my gosh, what have you done with your child? The child's acting completely different than, you know, a month ago or a few weeks ago. And, you know, the children even seeing a difference, and the children asking their parents, where's my drink? You know, the children feel a difference themselves, because we even have one child that told his mom, I don't need that pill anymore, that because I feel calm. Because when you rid the body of the toxicity, your brain calms down if you're, you know, getting it from the cellular level, not just toxins from the gut. That's a whole different story. And that's another thing. Our product helps with, we have the probiotics and prebiotics, so it helps with digestion. So the kids that aren't, you know, eating any fruits, vegetables, and so forth, and kids eating all the processed food these days, they definitely need the probiotics. And we have that in the product, and you got to start with a healthy gut before you know, as well as ridding the body of the toxins.
Well,
kids are just seeing phenomenal results.
I wish we had time to get into that. Maybe we should do this, I think, in maybe 6 to 8 weeks. We should have you back and talk about some of these specific things. Probiotics are important. A lot of the things that we eat, that kids eat, minimize probiotics. I think most people don't understand that it is estimated, and, you know, we may be a little bit off. We may be off in a good way, we may be off in a bad way, but no matter what, this is a horrifying reality that can really stifle people, and that is that the functioning of the immune system takes place actually in about 70% of it in the gut. 70% of our immune soldiers are living and defending us there. And if we don't promote their health, we are in big trouble. Big trouble.
Very true, and that's why we were very, when we were formulating, we were very insistent on we had to have the probiotics and a high dosage of it in the children's product. So it's, like I said, we're really seeing phenomenal results. Kids are actually getting off of medications and helping with all sorts of issues, as well as we can't make claims and we're not treating or curing anything, but we have kids sharing testimonials of they're breathing better, they feel better, they're sleeping better, they don't have the stomach aches, they're, now able to feel like they want to eat because their stomach hurt so bad before they never wanted to eat. And kids that have been diagnosed with different ailments from some I had never even heard of, like failure to thrive, and they're just seeing phenomenal results.
Robin, we have another caller. Let's make live for the caller.
All right.
Okay, are you on? Diane?
I am.
Diane,
Yes.
where are you from, Diane?
Riverside,
California. And what are you going to share with us today?
Well, I currently take Calibrate. Actually, my whole family does. And when you were asking about children, what children have seen, I thought I should share. My daughter, who's 10, has been on Calibrate now for a little over a year, and we saw results right away with her stomach. She used to wake up every morning with a stomach ache, and we eat really clean, and she was on probiotics. So being on Calibrate, within probably a week, we just started seeing the stomach aches go away, and she never wakes up in the morning with a stomach ache anymore, and she's eating better because of that and finally gaining weight. So that's just been awesome.
Diane, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Have you any experience at all with children who had, or did your child have any implications with what might have been interpreted as irritable bowel syndrome?
No, she never was diagnosed with anything like that, and I see holistic doctors plus Western medicine, and they just, we would try just probiotics. They just kept telling me to try probiotics.
Okay.
And we did, and they help, but not like Calibrate has. Okay.
Why did Calibrate? Well, I'll get into that in a few seconds. We have to take a break now. It's 3:30 our time, and this is Dr. Donald Jolly Gabriel on KCAA Radio, 1050 on your AM radio dial. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Oxygen therapy has only lately begun to gain recognition for treatment of chronic degenerative health problems, including stroke, diabetic ulcers, wound healing, brain injury, and many other disorders. Whenever blood flow and oxygen delivery to vital organs is reduced, healing can potentially be aided with hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
Are you a candidate for hyperbaric oxygen therapy?
Contact Dr. Donald Jolly Gabriel, PhD, for a free consultation and see if this groundbreaking therapy can help you. Mention KCAA and get a free gift. Call toll-free 1-877-423-7986. That's 1-877-423-7986.
Or go to hyperbaric-solutions.com. That's www.hyperbaric-solutions.com.
Call toll-free right now, 1-877-423-7986. Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Behind on your payments or barely making minimums? Do your massive interest payments have you running like mad in circles? How long can you keep it up? Stop running. Let the Thomas & Law Group carefully plan your escape. The Thomas & Law Group has proven itself for over 18 solid years, helping thousands of people like you and me reclaim our financial future. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and offices in all 50 states. And the best part? There are no upfront fees at all. You won't pay a dime until the job's done. No upfront costs, no monthly fees, no banking fees. No other law firm does that. I'm a paid spokesperson, not a lawyer, and every case is different. But really, if you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, call the Thomas & Law Group right away for a free, no-obligation consult with a trained legal analyst at 800-460-9790. Call now because you're tired of running in circles. 800-460-9790. 800-460-9790. Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Behind on your payments or barely making minimums? Do your massive interest payments have you running like mad in circles? How long can you keep it up? Stop running. Let the Thomas & Law Group carefully plan your escape. The Thomas & Law Group has proven itself for over 18 solid years, helping thousands of people like you and me reclaim our financial future. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and offices in all 50 states. And the best part? There are no upfront fees at all. You won't pay a dime until the job's done. No upfront costs, no monthly fees, no banking fees. No other law firm does that. I'm a paid spokesperson, not a lawyer, and every case is different. But really, if you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, call the Thomas & Law Group right away for a free, no-obligation consult with a trained legal analyst at 800-460-9790. Call now because you're tired of running in circles. 800-460-9790. 800-460-9790.
Welcome back to What's It All About? This is Dr. Donald Jolly Gabriel on KCAA 1050 on your AM radio dial. Robin, I have something to talk to you about.
All right.
I have a couple of patients. One of them is a child. He is, I believe, 6 years old, and he has some pretty bad digestive issues. I'm sure that some of them have some implications regarding probiotic activity and levels of probiotics. And I may be well able to test this product on a couple of patients if they're willing, and their parents are willing. If you have any interest in that, I want you to get a hold of me so we can talk about it, all right?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think it could be very good for the patients and for you and what you're
That would be
trying to do.
wonderful. All we can do to help kids.
Amen. Amen. Okay, so now as we move along, I want to know what you see in the future for this kind of thing. This is a nutritional supplement, basically. It is very non-medicinally medicinal. It does a lot of great things. It doesn't have chemicals in it. It's organic. Nowadays when you say something's organic, you don't know what it is. And you have to take the responsibility of making sure that it is truly organic in the appropriate manner. There's a lot of things that are coming into the country that are extremely poisonous that are labeled organic. So I hope that we can come to some way of dealing with all that in an appropriate manner. Okay, so here we are with a product that seems to be very, very helpful, seems to contribute to health. On the other side of the coin, in your estimation, what should we eliminate? What should we not put in our body? Fill our bodies with poison. I see people drinking Coca-Cola and 7-Up and all this other stuff, and I nothing against it. Take it in moderation. But I see people drinking 2 or 3 cans, and I estimate that there are anywhere from 11 to 13 teaspoons of sugar in every single regular serving of those things, and that sugar is a killer. And there are other things that are very bad for the people who may be taking all these wonderful products and then undoing them. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. Like we like to talk about, all the preservatives out there, 25,000 preservatives that our food companies are pumping into all the products that the people are buying, not just for adults, but for the kids as well. And the kids, being pushed by the commercials of all the, different products that are sold in the grocery stores. And it kills me. But, this product, if you can detox your body, even if you are, obviously it's not going to help someone as much that is eating all that junk food or going to fast food restaurants, 5 days a week. But it is definitely going to help because it gets rid of the toxicity out of the body.
Robin, I have a question. What can we do in your estimation? What can we do in your estimation to encourage parents to, number one, slow down on all the garbage, and number two, speed up on what you're trying to do? What can we do to help people do that? What are your ideas?
Educate educate, and really make them see what the pharmaceutical companies are doing to our, our well-being, and the food companies are running our country and devastating our health.
They are, and we are buying into it.
And getting people, something like this that they can give their kids, that their kids will like and will drink. Because most kids, it's hard to shove broccoli down a kid, or even, a salad. And so they just aren't getting any of the nutrients that they need. And what they aren't feeling it now, but what are they going to be like? I mean, some kids are, but what are they going to be like when they're older?
Okay, what can we do is a good question. I have,
definitely.
I would like to create a coalition of people who could develop some ideas and maybe put a little pressure on some educators in a specific school district and a specific area to see if maybe we couldn't change their consciousness and get them to buy into, maybe even here where I am in the San Bernardino area, there's a great medical center and a children's hospital, Loma Linda University Medical Center. I went to school there for CPE, and I found that to be a very wonderful place. Maybe we could get some support there for doing some things that would come up with research. When you have bona fide research, you can get publicity, and when you get publicity, educate people. So
right.
I'm willing to somehow be a part of something like that if you ever think of anything you want to do. Now, we're approaching, we've been on the air about 40 minutes. We probably have about 8 to 10 minutes left of pure show, and then we have to get into some other things we do. So I want to give you time to try to sum up, make a quick presentation to all of us of why it's important to cut out the crap and to start doing what you're doing and what you're talking about, and how we can buy into, in a sense, what you are doing.
Sum it up. I could go on and on. Well, I just think people need to try our product, and they'll feel a difference. I mean, I'm very healthy, thank goodness, knock on wood, and I live a healthy life, but for preventative reasons. Do you want to be living life now, or do you want to be not able to live life when you're older? I want to be healthy as I am now when I'm 100. And so for people that want to live life and have a full life and live it healthfully and not feeling run down, I mean, every day you talk to people and they're so tired and they're stressed and all of this, and is that really living life? So you need to feel good. And so I definitely say cut out the junk as much as you can and get on a product like this so you can feel different, and exercise, get out and walk, and not just sit around, because that's huge. And I am a believer that we don't need medication unless we're in a devastating accident or something, but your bodies are made to heal themselves, like Jonathan said earlier, and if you can feed it the right food and the right products, say like Calibrate, you can heal and regenerate your body and reverse aging. So really look at where you want to be in life. That's what I got to say, and how you want to feel and how you want to live. And that's one of the reasons I really targeted kids so they could feel better, because kids are living off of a sugar high and not even knowing what it is to feel normal.
And not only are they living off a sugar high, they are creating a deadly disease called diabetes.
Correct.
They're creating that by what they put in their mouth. And I've got lots of patients whose legs we save and whose feet we save from amputation using hyperbaric oxygen therapy and diet change when conventional medicine wants to cut their leg off or cut their foot off.
Exactly.
All the time.
We have a doctor in the UK that's a podiatrist, and he deals with diabetics left and right, and he just can't wait to get this product. He's used the product. He was here in the U.S., and it's helped him with his diabetes, and he just is pounding on our door every day, like, when can we get this into the UK and I can get it in my clinic?
That brings me to a question.
I'll just end up with try Calibrate. Everybody loves it. Everybody sees results. Everybody needs it because of the way we're living life these days and the toxins in our environment and our water and so forth. And I'll give you the website. It is www.clarity, spelled CLAR, the number 8, ty.com. That's clarity.com. CLAR, the number 8, ty.com.
Okay, good. You did that well. That's good. You got to do that when we do it. You got to be slow and careful and precise. Okay, what if I could get 5 patients to submit to a 2-month trial of this product on a daily basis, with some medical questionnaires that they have to fill out, some lifestyle questionnaires that they have to fill out, and we could monitor it, make sure they're doing it as best we can. Would this be something that you would be willing to assist with and buy into the concept? If we could do this, would it be something?
Yeah, I'd love to work with you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We need to work on that. Okay, we have 2 minutes now in this segment, and I want to give you a couple of minutes to wrap anything up or begin to wrap up. We will have a break, and then we have another short segment. So, Robin, do you have anything else you want to say before our quick break?
No, I'll just end it with, I want to thank you for having me on the call, and I look forward to, working with you further and helping change people's lives, kids and adults. And if they want any information on the product, they can email C like Charlie, S like Sam, at Clarity, CLAR, the number 8, TY.com. Again, the email is C like Charlie, S like Sam, at Clarity.com, CLAR, the number 8, TY.com.
Okay.
And I appreciate you having me on the call.
Well, me too. And don't go away, because you're not going away yet.
Oh, okay.
All right. We're going to take a quick break now, and we will be back in a couple minutes. This is Dr. Donald Jolly Gabriel on KCAA, 1050 on your AM radio dial. See you in about 2.5, 3 minutes.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Behind on your payments or barely making minimums? Do your massive interest payments have you running like mad in circles? How long can you keep it up? Stop running. Let the Thomas & Law Group carefully plan your escape. The Thomas & Law Group has proven itself for over 18 solid years, helping thousands of people like you and me reclaim our financial future. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and offices in all 50 states. And the best part? There are no upfront fees at all. You won't pay a dime until the job's done. No upfront costs, no monthly fees, no banking fees. No other law firm does that. I'm a paid spokesperson, not a lawyer, and every case is different. But really, if you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, call the Thomas & Law Group right away for a free, no-obligation consult with a trained legal analyst at 800-460-9790. Call now because you're tired of running in circles. 800-460-9790. 800-460-9790. Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Behind on your payments or barely making minimums? Do your massive interest payments have you running like mad in circles? How long can you keep it up? Stop running. Let the Thomas & Law Group carefully plan your escape. The Thomas & Law Group has proven itself for over 18 solid years, helping thousands of people like you and me reclaim our financial future. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and offices in all 50 states. And the best part? There are no upfront fees at all. You won't pay a dime until the job's done. No upfront costs, no monthly fees, no banking fees. No other law firm does that. I'm a paid spokesperson, not a lawyer, and every case is different. But really, if you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, call the Thomas & Law Group right away for a free, no-obligation consult with a trained legal analyst at 800-460-9790. Call now because you're tired of running in circles. 800-460-9790. 800-460-9790.
Hyperbaric oxygen therapy has only lately begun to gain recognition for treatment of chronic degenerative health problems, including stroke, diabetic ulcers, wound healing, brain injury, and many other disorders. Whenever blood flow and oxygen delivery to vital organs is reduced, healing can potentially be aided with hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
Are you a candidate for hyperbaric oxygen therapy?
Contact Dr. Donald Jolly Gabriel, PhD, for a free consultation and see if this groundbreaking therapy can help you. Mention KCAA and get a free gift. Call toll-free 1-877-423-7986. That's 1-877-423-7986.
or go to hyperbaric-solutions.com. That's www.hyperbaric-solutions.com.
Call toll free right now 1-877-423-7986. Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy.
Welcome back. Welcome back to What's It All About. Robin, I welcome you back. It's been very interesting. I think that this conversation that we've had cannot end. We need to continue it. We need to do a bit of a study with some people. We need to promulgate the information. Anything that will help people feel better and be better is what I want to do. And I have a CD, or actually a DVD, that was professionally done on a talk I gave on wellness. And I'd like to offer anybody a free copy of that. It's a really high quality piece of work. And it's available free of charge. I could send it to you if you call in my message line, which is area code 949-680-1915. That's area code 949-680-1915. All you have to do is call in and say you want a copy of Dr. Jolly Gabriel's, or just Dr. Jolly's fine, wellness tape. Leave very clearly your name, your address, zip code, and telephone number would even be nice. So anything we get within the next 5 days, we'll offer you a free copy of this. It's very, very well done, and if you follow it, you will add years to your life. Robin, I thank you very much for being with us today. It was very exciting information that you had, and if you do want to follow up with me, feel free to call me at my office, and you can leave a message on that same line I gave, which is 949-680-1915, and my assistant will give me that information. I'll get back to you, and maybe we can do something very exciting that would help people, even if we help 2, 3, 4, 5 people. But what I'd like to do is see if we can't influence a whole lot more to think about doing something meaningful to their lives. You have a quickie you want to end with? Are you there? Did we lose her? She's still there.
I'm here.
You're there. Oh, God bless you. You're still there. I'm here and you're there.
Yes, that's what my whole mission is to change people's lives, health-wise and financially. So I'm all about helping and it change people's lives. So I appreciate, again, you having me on the call.
So do you still, you operate the marketing program that you started?
What do you mean the marketing program?
Well, the same methodology for selling the product. Having people join up with you. Yeah.
Share it with others.
Right.
Yep.
Okay,
The
good.
network marketing company.
Good. Okay, well, we wish you abundant God's blessings and all the good things, and I'll wait to hear from you before too long.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
Take care.
God bless.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, do we have Dr. J on the line yet? Dr. J's not on the line yet. Okay, I have a very exciting thing. You know, it's a pretty big deal in the world right now, all the way from wild ones in the street who are proclaiming it, to great scientists, to political leaders, and even recently the Pope. And that is a matter of our responsibility in the matter of sustaining the quality of life on this earth. And Brandon, who works with me at the Richard A. Neubauer Research Institute, and he is a lead researcher and is going into this area of sustainability, and he's going to address you, and we're going to solicit some help. Dr. J's on the line. Okay, good. Dr. J, hold on a minute. We got Brandon doing his thing, and then we're going to go back to theology and philosophy. So, Brandon, I want to introduce you and just have you share what we're up to.
Hello, my name is Brennan McCormick. I am a researcher at the Richard A. Bauer Research Institute in charge of sustainability research. In the coming weeks, I will be hosting a show about sustainability, its problems, practicality, sacrifices, and its benefits. I hope you will enjoy listening to it as much as I enjoy producing it.
And here's my push for this special show that we're going to do. I'm going to announce the date. We haven't selected it yet. We're going to select it tonight. We're going to announce the date, and I want people to listen to it because we're dealing with something that is so important. It is so important. We need to deal with how to keep our Earth going in a quality level because we're destroying it, completely destroying it. So, Brandon, do you have anything to sign off with?
I just hope that people tune in, and it's really important stuff. We aren't paying enough attention to this.
Amen, baby. Amen. They got to tune in and get their butts in gear. Unless we get the butts in gear, nothing happens. So thank you very much, Brandon, for your words and your motivation. And we will be announcing the dates of the show or several shows that we'll have on this subject next week on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Jay, are you around, Dr. Jay?
Yes. Can everybody hear me?
Well, I sure can. I'm about ready to blow my ears out. But that's
okay.
That's
well,
okay.
Very good. Then I'll demodulate a little bit.
I wanted to see if we had any calls from you. I have one very interesting call. And if you want me to deal with it, I will. If you have something that you want us to deal with, we can do it first.
Well, yeah, I've got a kind of a general thing. I've been talking to several people who were what it was like in the old days and what they're complaining about as a group and just kind of in general is complaining about the way things are right now, and they don't like what's going on, and they don't trust the government, they don't trust the schools, the hospitals, the churches, which is the biggest single thing, and there's talk about New World religion and such like that, and there are some books on the subject, and these things are sort of running around in the world.
Any specific thing we could deal with? Have there been any questions other than comments about people being concerned?
Well, no, it's kind of been more like that. It's been more like they're concerned.
In your communications with people, why don't you try to get them to come up with certain questions that we can respond to? I have one that, and what you're saying is very valid. I mean, everybody has a right to be disturbed and be nervous and be tense about what's going on, and we're all helping to create it, sometimes by what we do and sometimes by what we lack of do. I don't think that there's much concern in the part of the American people on how their government is run, because they need to vote some of these people out just as fast as you can kick a flea out of something. It's ridiculous, utterly, completely ridiculous. So let's get off our butts and start seeing and looking at the voting records of these people and voting them out. Get rid of them. That's what we have to do, and that's the only thing that's going to work. So that's my wisdom for the day. My wisdom
who
for
feels
the day.
that way?
Yeah, well, hey, unless we do something like that, nothing works, nothing happens. So anyway, I do have a theological question that came in on my email, and it had to do with the question was, I come from a church that believes in confession, and I want to know why I have to go to a man to confess my sins rather than go to God to confess my sins. I have an answer for that, and it's not a theological answer at all. It's a practical answer.
Okay.
It is extremely important, one way or another, to make an examination of your life, an examination of your behavior, an examination and analysis of who you have hurt, who you have been insensitive to, what you have done to cause yourself to be less efficient, to cause yourself to be living more in a carnal nature than an intellectual and spiritual nature. It is very, very important to do that. So in order to do that, before you go to a confession, you need to make an examination of conscience. You need to understand what you're dealing with, what you want to do, and how you want to do it. Going to confession to a priest or a minister or a rabbi or a psychologist or whoever you decide to confess your stuff to It's important because in order to do it right, you got to come up with all the things you have to work with. How can you make affirmations to be better in certain ways when you don't even identify them? And you go to God and you say, oh, I'm sorry for everything. Forgive me, forgive me. Oh, yeah, that means crap. Doesn't mean crap. You have to be able to identify the things you've done, look at the circumstances in which you do them, and then come up with a plan to become stronger and a little bit more spiritually based. And I'm not talking about taking on guilt. I'm talking about when you go to a priest to confess something, you got to know what the hell you're supposed to confess. If you don't, you're in trouble. So that's my answer. I don't know if the listener who sent that is listening, but if you are, that's my personal opinion, my personal answer. And good luck, Charlie Brown. Okay.
Well, it's very practical. I myself have done an awful lot of family counseling and death counseling and just people who want to talk about spirituality because I've spent my entire life in it, and I've learned a great deal, and I have a perspective that most people don't have. And so as a result, I can, from my own experience, agree with you wholeheartedly that sometimes you just need a professional person to help you dig out those things because you are the last one to know. You're always the last one to know.
And, if we don't take responsibility for our life, we're in trouble. We have 2 minutes left. Dr. J, thank you for calling in today. We look forward to your call next week, and we'll try to handle it in the beginning. Any questions?
Well, it's always a pleasure to be on your show and say hello to everybody and everybody out there. Remember that there's always an answer for everything, no matter how terrible it might seem.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good attitude, and we have to take a look at that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Well, we have to be grateful. Be grateful to your Creator, whatever your concept of God is.
Amen.
Be grateful.
May I close with this?
Yes.
The royal road to salvation is gratitude.
Amen, baby. Amen.
All right.
Well,
Goodbye,
everybody, goodbye to you all, and
bye-bye.
Accept God's blessings and be grateful for your life. And remember, you're a part of making the world better, and we'll see you next week. This is Dr. Donald Jolly Gabriel on KCAA signing off.
This is KCAA Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of buysellmakeoffer.com.
The home of the Dr. Dahlia Show, GCN.
I'm Tom Busby, CNBC Radio. Amid slumping sales, tough competition from cheaper Chinese startups, and with Samsung making its own chips, semiconductor maker Qualcomm announced plans to slash 15% of its workforce. That's about 4,600 jobs, make changes to its board, and review its entire business structure. On Wall Street today, stocks end lower for a second session straight, hurt by disappointing earnings from tech giants Apple and Microsoft late on Tuesday. The Dow